Hey everyone, Angela Langlotz, business and trademark law attorney here, and this is day 5 of Copyright Week. I hope you've all enjoyed the videos that I've put out this week, and if you have more questions, you can message me on my Trademark Doctor page here on Facebook. So today, I would like to talk about an instance where you actually can use someone else's work without permission. Now, this is a very limited exception and you have to be careful about it, but it's called the doctrine of fair use. Now, what is fair use? The fair use doctrine outlines just when you can use other people's work without their permission, without a license from them, for certain very limited purposes. So the doctrine of fair use allows some copying for reasons like criticism or commentary or parody or teaching, like you're using it for a teaching example. For example, here on these videos, I use a lot of examples of other people's trademarks here, and that could be considered copyright infringement if I were using it for some commercial purpose, and it might be considered trademark infringement as well, but I'm not using it for that. I'm using it for teaching and as an example, so that is not copyright infringement. My use is covered by the fair use exception. Now, what are some other examples of cases where your use would be considered fair use and not subject to copyright, some kind of copyright licensing? Maybe perhaps you've written a newspaper article, you're a journalist, and you're summarizing a medical study that talked about the benefits of a low-carb diet, and you quoted some short passages from the study. That would fall under the fair use doctrine. Maybe you are a teacher or a professor, and part of your curriculum quotes a passage from a novel, and you're teaching about the great American novel, and you've quoted somebody else's work. That would also fall under the doctrine of fair use. Maybe you are a blogger and you blog about things that are going on in your city, and you took a picture of a painting that was at an exhibition that just opened, and you're telling other people about it. That would fall under the fair use doctrine. Or maybe you are doing a skit. It's a comedy skit and it's a parody of a film that everybody really knows about, and you're doing it just to be funny. That's parody. That also falls under the fair use exception. Now, that said, you need to be super careful about this fair use exception, because what can happen is if you piss off the trademark owner, if you piss off the copyright owner, we're not talking about trademarks, we're talking about copyrights here, it's Copyright Week. If you piss off the copyright holder, they are more likely to sue you, right? And then you've got to go into federal court and defend your use, and that's going to be really expensive. So do not use it and claim fair use if you're not sure that it's fair use, because even if you win the court case and you're found not guilty of copyright infringement, you may still owe thousands of dollars in attorney's fees defending your use. So please, if you're unsure, don't do it. Remember that copyright infringement is a little bit like speeding. We don't ask if you intended to go over the speed limit. We don't ask if you knew you were going over the speed limit. The officer just walks up to your window and hands you a ticket, and you get to appear in court and defend yourself. Well, copyright infringement is a lot like that. You don't have to know that you're infringing. You don't have to intend to infringe. It's enough that you copied the work. That's it. And you get handed a lawsuit for copyright infringement, and you have to go into federal court and spend a lot of money defending it. So if you're unsure, please get advice from an attorney, whether it's me or somebody else, about your use in order to ensure that your use falls under the fair use exception. I'm Angela Langlotz, and I am an intellectual property, that means trademarks and copyrights, and I'm an intellectual property attorney, and I also practice business law. So If you would like to hear more from me, you can like my Trademark Doctor page on Facebook. It's facebook.com/Trademark Doctor. You can also find me online at TrademarkDoctor.net. And if you like my Facebook page, you'll be notified every time I go live. So have a great week. I hope you've enjoyed a great weekend. It's Friday. I hope you've enjoyed Copyright Week. And if you have any more questions, go ahead and message me on my TrademarkDoctor.net page. On my Trademark Doctor Facebook page, and I will answer those in a future live. See you Monday.